Imagine you could ChatGPT-like work on your computer with your local items, just with your file systems, arranging PDFs, getting summarizations, or sending emails. So I tell you today how to achieve this with the project Open Interpreter and ChatGPT. Let's explore that. First things first, let's install Open Interpreter by visiting its webpage and look for the installation procedure in the documentation. Scroll a bit down until you can find the installation command. Open Interpreter is a Python package installed by pip, which is a package manager of the Python dev environment. I expect you to have Python already installed. If not, there are tons of tutorials and how-tos in the internet. Just Google it. So now in the terminal, you can copy-paste the install command and let it run. After successful installation, we can continue with setting up our interpreter. We first have to link interpreter to our LLM service, which is in my case OpenAI. There are multiple others like Azure OpenAI Service that you can also use. What we need now is the API key to authorize Open Interpreter to access ChatGPT. You can generate one by visiting platform.openai.com, navigate to the API keys menu where you can find the button to create your key. Hint: store it securely somewhere. It will never show up again. To use the key, just export it as an environment variable. Under Linux or macOS, you can type export OpenAI_API_key equals your key. What I already did. There's just one step left: creating your profile. By typing interpreter --profiles, a window opens up with at least a default YAML file, which you can copy and adjust to your needs. I created a file called openai.yaml, which is based on the default one. I tweaked the token size a bit, which helps in working with more complex requests in the terminal. That's all. As mentioned before, you also have the possibilities to use other LLM provider, like Microsoft's OpenAI service. What you can easily manage here with profiles. Just set endpoint and further specific settings according to the provider's specifications. But enough of that, let's get into our first tryout. We start interpreter with our recently created profile and attach a yes for any arising question during work with the terminal. At the time of this video creation, a warning may occur. It is not really relevant for the work, in worst case just annoying. It's from a dependency used by Open Interpreter and is planned to be fixed soon. You can just press enter or choose whatever you like to continue. Our first example is a bit of warming up. I want to know what files are in the current folder. That is easily achieved by typing ls into the terminal, which is just the folder's content. But now we leave this task up to ChatGPT to find out how to solve this. Let's see. You notice that interpreter tries to execute ls, which is ChatGPT's suggestion. It lists all my files in the current folder correctly. So we had a first impression what a remote LLM can do on our computer. But now let us be a bit more creative. I want Open Interpreter to list the PDF files in that folder sorted into their main topics, which can be derived from the ebook titles. I'm curious about the result. Here you can observe how Open Interpreter got the plan from ChatGPT. The next following steps are instructions from ChatGPT that Open Interpreter manages for us and execute the scripts to fulfill each step. After executing all scripts and following the plan, Open Interpreter presents the final result, which I would say is really astonishing. So having all kind of lists is nice, but what would be a task that really needs effort that I may leave up to the machine? I think we should find out if creating PDFs is possible. Therefore, I will reuse the latter example and see if Interpreter can keep the context. It comes up with a plan, which Open Interpreter orchestrates the LLM step by through. You can see in the terminal output that it installs multiple Python packages to fulfill the necessary steps. So when running, it may happen that the generated code is wrong. Interpreter understands that and tries to revise the code. As long as there are errors, it will continue to fix the code itself, or giving up at some point in time. Now that OpenInterpreter ran through all scripts, it says the PDF is generated. I am a bit curious if Interpreter can also work with application on my desktop. So I wanted to open the created PDF for me. Well done, applause! Here we see all the main topics with the assigned ebook titles sorted into, which would have saved me a lot of effort for sorting the ebook, generating the PDF and opening it. Think about what you would have done to achieve this. Okay, let's become a bit more demanding. I want to see if I can also use information from the internet and do something with it on my local computer. Let us find out what it knows about me from the internet. So I ask Interpreter to gather all information and get it summarized back. See what happens. I can tell this is not unexpected, but still impressive, right? By the way, that is a great summary. Next time I should also ask for the sources it grabbed the details from. But anyway, let's see if we can advance our exploration here. I want the summary sent to my email address. And as usual, it creates a few code snippets to command my desktop. You can see it also, besides Python, it uses AppleScript to execute local tasks, which is, in that case, opening the email client and sending the email. Checking Outlook to see what happens. And here we go, email arrived. Let's see if it is what I expected. So yeah, I received the in Markdown formatted summary, which is great. Did you notice the sender greetings? Impressive, really. Today that's it. The rest is up to you and up to your imagination, whatever you can do. If you have any experience, just let me know. Subscribe and comment down below. I would really be glad to have your insights. That's all. Thanks. Bye bye.